Hello, how are you?
Good, Brandon. How are you?
Great, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Yeah. What's the deal with the project? What are you doing?
Yeah, so basically it's for my Art of the Interview class, and we have to interview a celebrity or someone in the entertainment industry.
There are no celebrities in this house.
A lot of people watching this interview are aspiring, obviously, to go into the entertainment industry. So I was just curious to hear, how did you get started in the industry, and what exactly was your first job?
Well, I grew up in New York City, and I had zero contacts in the film business.
Yeah.
Everyone, all my friends and family members, they were doing other things. It's not like it is in LA where you bump into someone at Starbucks and they work in the film business, TV business. It's like I had no contacts. So I had heard in college, junior year, about a program sponsored by the Directors Guild of America, which is the union for directors, unit production managers, and assistant directors. And the DGA, 30-something years ago, started a program called the DGA Producers Training Program. So it's not meant to train you to be a producer or a director for that matter, but it's the DGA Producers Assistant Directors Training Program. So it's specifically designed for people who may not have any contacts in the business, but who want to get in, and particularly want to be an AD. Not so much commercials, but TV or film, basically. And you get assigned to the production to work under the ADs and with the production assistants and be part of the team. And over the course of 2 years, you accumulate anywhere from, you're supposed to accumulate like 400 days. In New York at the time, you got 250 days, but they would still graduate you. And once you get out of the program, you are a full-fledged DGA member as an assistant director, as a second assistant director.
Okay. You now have all these different roles under your belt. You have assistant directing, mostly directing, an acting role, a production management role. Which one do you like the best, and why do you think you like that one the best?
My goal is to become a very famous actor so that I can work very little and get paid lots of money. And no, they weren't. My main love has been being a first. I was a second AD for 7 or 8 years, and then I've now been a first AD for, I don't know, like 22, 23 years. One of the things I like about it is that every job is different. Even though you're doing the same function, the same work, every job is with a different group of people, a different project. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. If you're working with a group of people on a project you just can't stand, it's like, don't worry about it. You're going to be done in a few weeks or a few months, and you'll never see these people again if you don't want to. On the other hand, and this happened to me very recently, I worked on a movie that was just like a dream experience. It was so much fun. Everyone loved each other.
Yeah.
The hours were really reasonable. And, of course, it came to an end. So you're like, crap, it's never going to be like that again.
Oh, yeah.
So you get a lot of variety, and you get periods like I have right now where I'm unemployed and I don't have anything lined up. It could be something that comes up in 2 weeks. It could be in 2 months. It could be in LA. It could be in Atlanta. Who knows? So you have to be flexible.
Have you ever turned down a job offer because it would take away too much time from your family?
Sure. Yes, I have. I have turned down work. Early in my career, I didn't do it that much because it was important. When I worked on Hairspray, that was over 6 months in Toronto.
Wow.
So but those were years and jobs that I couldn't say no to. They were just too good and too important for me, developing my first AD career. And it's still important. If it's a good job, I will do it and go away for a length of time. Another time it doesn't happen. I got a call to do this, the pilot of this show called Modern Family, and I turned that one down.
Oh.
They're now entering their 14th season or whatever it is, and they notoriously work like crazy short hours.
Oh, wow.
They always finish by lunch or whatever. For me, I would get actually too bored doing something like that. I don't regret it because I would just go crazy working for 10 years. That's not me.
Yeah, repetitive, totally. Yeah. My next big question was surrounding the Pitch Perfect series. You signed on starting at Pitch Perfect 2, correct?
Right, that's right.
Cool. So, how was working on Pitch Perfect 2 and 3? You were first assistant director, first AD. What exactly goes into being a first AD?
First of all, Pitch Perfect 2 and 3 were awesome to work on. Just both of them were just so much fun. Again, getting back to working on musicals, and why is that? Because you've got music and dancing and rehearsals, and dancers are always high energy. They're just always on.
Yeah.
So they're coming into it, even though you're in your 12th hour of the day, they are dancing like it's the first hour of the day. And it's just great energy. And the music from those movies is just a lot of fun. You can just hear that over and over again, which you do, and enjoy, coming into work that day. And working closely with the director and the choreographer on the choreography of the numbers. And so my role as an AD is basically to be, among other things, the master scheduler and the manager of time. So from the moment I start, they give me a script, and let's just say it's Pitch Perfect 3, they give me a script and say, okay, come back to us with a schedule. How many days do you think it will take to shoot this movie? What is the best way to accomplish shooting this movie? Meaning, how much work do we do each day? And then getting into more levels of complexity, how do you deal with rehearsing the numbers for each scene? So in that movie, I don't know, we had maybe 13 musical numbers. So you can't schedule 13 in the first 3 weeks of the show. You've got to spread them out. You've got to work out the scheduling of rehearsals and all of that. So I come back to them with a schedule and say, we need, I forget what it was, maybe 47, 48 days of shooting. I laid them out like this, and they said, that's great, but, oh, by the way, Elizabeth Banks is only available this day, this day, this day. And I want to shoot at the end of Pitch Perfect 3, that we shot in this airplane hangar for a big musical number, an airplane hangar at a National Army base, not National Army Guard base, and it was only available after a certain period of the schedule. So that was me re-tinkering the schedule, which is, as an AD, you're constantly figuring out the schedule and changing the schedule. And what's really fun about it is that I personally interact with every human being involved with the production, from the craft service person to the office PA to the head of production at the studio to the actors. It's like I have to interact with every single part of the production because my job is about communication and scheduling.
That's really good. You can be personal with everyone, which leads me to my next question. Was there any specific highlight or a specific thing that jumps out in your memory, specifically with Pitch Perfect 2 or 3? Some moment with the cast or crew?
Well, I mean, just as far as a production achievement, if you will, the end of Pitch Perfect 2 is the Worlds, where the Bellas go to wherever, Copenhagen or something like that, which is, of course, a lawn in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we had one night to shoot a crowd of 3,500 extras who we had worked out getting for leading up to this one specific night of filming. And to do probably like 7 or 8 different musical numbers with as many a cappella groups. Yeah. So get them in, do the performance, talk to the crowd, get them out, put the next group in. So it was a ton of coordination. And so that was a hell of a lot of fun. And that was, we actually did some day, dusk, and night work. And we kept most of the crowd until like 3 in the morning.
Wow. So do you keep in contact with anyone from those sets specifically, or?
Yeah. I mean, I maintain a pretty close contact with the production designer from Perfect. We've done 3 or 4 movies together now. We did 2 of those, and then we did a movie that's on Netflix called True Memoirs of an International Assassin with Kevin James. So the production designer and I keep in touch, and we get together fairly frequently. Who else? I keep touch a little bit with the director of Pitch Perfect 3, and both directors occasionally, but not hanging out or anything like that. But just it's always good to just maintain contact with people. Yeah.
I'm glad that you're able to do that, because that is important. As we learn, connections are everything. Would you agree?
And, the most minor connection can lead to something. I've gotten jobs from a recommendation of like a sound mixer. Mm-hmm. Some sound mixer that I get on a job had heard that they were looking for an AD to fill in for something, so he recommended me to the line producer.
Oh, wow.
I got a job out of it. It's just like, you never know.
All right, thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, you're